There's no activity, no giggle, no nothing.
Oh, yeah. Fractal Bitcoin.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, forget it. Oh, yeah. Fractal Bitcoin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's get right to it. This is your daily Bitcoin news video. The price of Bitcoin right now is $57,550 approximately. And yeah, this is the second day in a row. We're just in this range between 57K and 59K. And yeah, there's not much happening in terms of price action, which is probably good. Here's Rect Capital telling us that Bitcoin is not ready to break the downtrend yet. Yeah, and if we look at this, you could see we were in a, short-term downtrend, and we're trying to break it, but we're not really breaking it. But again, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be a long summer, a long, boring, probably boring summer, but it's okay. Yep, and some of the big news today is that Germany has just $284 million worth of Bitcoin left in cold storage to sell. I think they started out with 3 billion. So they're down to their last 284 million. And yes, the price came down over the past few weeks because of this, partially because of this, but they're probably between today and tomorrow, they're going to sell the rest of this and then they're going to be done. And then they're going to own 0 Bitcoin. Good job, Germany. Wow. The other big news here is that the Bitcoin conference announced President Donald Trump to speak at Bitcoin 2024. That's July. It's in a couple weeks, right? July 25th to the 27th. And I will be attending this. So I will be there, which is kind of cool. But look, yeah, Bitcoin is becoming something bigger, and there's a political aspect to it now. Because as Tor Demeester says, an intolerant minority of 10 to 50 million American Bitcoiners will only ever vote for the pro-Bitcoin candidate. Trump about to capture the swing vote via Orange Man plus Orange Coin. Democrats can only play catch-up. 2024 is turning into a Bitcoin election. I mean, probably that might be overstating it a little. It's not really a Bitcoin election, but Bitcoin is definitely part of it, for sure. Yeah, Trump loves Bitcoin. Biden and Warren and the other Democrats hate Bitcoin. Yeah, it's an easy vote for U.S. Bitcoiners. I mean, if that's our choice, then that's our choice, right? I mean, there's not much we can do. Yeah, because they all eventually choose Bitcoin. We are winning. Yeah, here's Trump in 2019. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. Remember that? Right? Remember that? Oh, yeah. But this year, 2024, we want all the remaining Bitcoin to be made in the USA. Okay. Again, it's pretty much political. Although, I will say, and you probably know this by now if you've been watching, once people start looking into Bitcoin and they study it a little bit and they understand what it is and how it works, something clicks and they change, right? So this is not surprising. This is what's going to happen to every person and every company and every investment firm and every government. They all start out, oh, Bitcoin's a scam. And then a few years later, they're all into Bitcoin. This is just what Bitcoin does, because Bitcoin is so pure and powerful. It just steamrolls over everything. All right, subscribe to the channel while you're thinking about it, if you'd like to. If you're on Rumble, you can follow. And let's get into a couple stories about fiat government nonsense for context, because Bitcoin solves these issues. Yeah, Democrats continue to be anti-Bitcoin and trying to slow adoption. Yeah, Bitcoin Magazine tweeted just in, U.S. House fails to overturn President Biden's veto on a bill that would allow highly regulated financial firms to custody Bitcoin and crypto. They needed 2/3 of the votes to overturn the veto, and these are the numbers here. 228 were yay, and 184 were nay. So they didn't get the 2/3, and so now because of Biden, these highly regulated financial firms are still not able to custody Bitcoin, which is dumb. I mean, again, this is something probably in 6 months or a year, they're going to just flip it, or it might take longer, but eventually they're going to be able to do it because everyone's going to have to be able to do it, right? Because Bitcoin's going to overtake everything. Yeah, here's a fun fact. Spending $1 million a day, it would take 2,740 years to reach 1 trillion. The US debt is 35 trillion, and it grows by 1 trillion every 100 days. Yeah, this is the US debt, and this is just ridiculous. And by the way, here's my opinion about this US debt. I probably am going to make a standalone video about it. But I think what you're seeing on the screen right here, is absolutely meaningless. It doesn't mean anything. This means we owe money to the Federal Reserve and all the corrupt people who run that. So we owe them a bunch of money. That's all it means. The amount doesn't matter. Basically, we're slaves to the Federal Reserve because of our debt. Because these people at the Federal Reserve just decided, yeah, we're going to loan money to the United States. It's a cartel. It's a corrupt cartel. And they're holding America hostage. And everyone seems to be okay with it, which is retarded. But yeah, that's why everyone says end the Fed. Because who do we actually owe money to? It's so stupid. Complete scam. What do you mean we owe money? Why did we have to borrow money? It's so stupid. It's literally a complete scam, right? So I don't think the debt means anything. But here is, oh my God, this guy, Yuval Noah Harari. His quote is, "The era of free will is over." These people really think they're going to succeed with their plans. Yeah, he's an advisor of Klaus Schwab with the WEF, and he's a UN spokesperson. Yeah, this is insane. This is what these people are trying to do. We're not going to let them do it. They can say whatever they want. This is not going to happen. We're not going to let this happen. So, yeah, whatever. So here's a quote from Thomas Sowell because, yeah, look at this. Wall Street Silver posts, "Never forget the extent that regime news media will go to lie to you." And here's a CNN business article from 2021. The headline of the article is, "Why inflation can actually be good for everyday Americans and bad for rich people." First of all, this is absolutely retarded. Yeah, it's so stupid. And here's a quote from Thomas Sowell. He's referencing inflation. Quote, "It is a way to take people's wealth from them without having to openly raise taxes. Inflation is the most universal tax of all." Just remember that, right? We talk about it a lot on this channel. Inflation is what is killing us. And inflation is inherent to fiat currencies. Yeah. And so here you go. I'm going to remove myself from this and read it. The child asks, "Why do we have wars?" And the mom says, "Because we are ruled by an elite group of psychopaths who own the banks that control the governments and the media. They fund both sides of war for profit, and they manufacture the consent of the public through the propaganda of the media." Yeah, so this is just a big, stupid game governments do. They print the fiat, they go to war, they use the media to brainwash everybody. This is what's happening. If you think I'm wrong, it's okay. You have obviously entitled to your opinion, but you haven't looked into much at all if you really think that the government isn't completely corrupt and brainwashing everybody and using fiat currencies to get rich through wars that don't mean anything. It's so stupid. Really, really dumb. All right, now this is news from SpaceX, apparently. SpaceX has launched Starlink Mini. Yeah, you can Starlink Mini roam in the US, which means you can buy Starlink Mini on its own and connect to high-speed internet anywhere with a dish the size of an iPad. Yeah, and here's a dude wearing a backpack. I don't know. Is that the dish right there? I don't know. But that's bigger than an iPad, so maybe that's not the dish. But yeah, apparently $50 a month gets you 50 gigabytes of mobile data and all this other stuff. But look, I thought this was interesting because, you know, for people who want to be sort of on the go and roam around. I mean, there's really not any other service like this, is there? I don't know. Maybe there is, but I thought this was interesting. Yeah, and here for your viewing pleasure is a family of owls in a clock tower in France. Oh yeah, there they are, these little guys. Little family hanging out there. And yeah, here are normies in 2036 when they finally understand why they need Bitcoin, but they can only afford 0.0001 Bitcoin. Yeah, don't be one of these beings or whatever they are, animals. Yeah, don't be that. Right now, Bitcoin is cheap, very cheap compared to what it's going to be in even 6 years and 10 years, right? This is cheap. It's cheap. So, yeah, and here is Kamala Harris for the people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kamala Harris for the people. All right, well, here's our website, fractalbitcoin.com. Click this link on the very top. It says join our locals community. And join our locals. It's free. We're growing this community. I post some exclusive short videos here. It's pretty cool. But that's it for today. That's the Bitcoin news. Please subscribe to the channel, follow the channel and all that stuff. It really helps, obviously. We need to educate everyone, you, me, everybody. We all need to keep educating ourselves and stay on top of all the news because this is such a changing landscape, right, with Bitcoin. It's an emerging phenomena. And thanks to everybody in the comments. I really appreciate you, all you guys who comment every day. I really appreciate it. All right. That's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Bitcoin news video.